Hey fellas, this is Vince Miller. Thank you so much for joining me for this devotional. Today we are in 1 Timothy chapter 4. I'm going to read verses 1 and 2. Before I do, I have a short announcement. So would you endear me just a second? Okay, so in February of 2023, on the 24th through the 26th, we're going to be in the Orlando area. And we're going to hold our first retreat in this area. We call it a men's weekend, so I want you to get fired up about it. I need your help in 3 different ways, so I'm asking if you could please help me in one of these 3 ways. Here's the first way. I'm looking for men who would volunteer to help to serve on that weekend. That's 24th through the 26th. So if you are an enthusiastic guy who likes to use your gifts to serve and have a great attitude, then I want you there. I'll even pay for your fee to attend, not to fly there or to drive there, but to attend the conference, all right? So if you are interested in serving and you want to serve, go to the website, select the button that says Work Crew. It is a working role over the weekend, and I need guys to help in a variety of different roles. Number 2, since it is our first time coming to Florida, I need people to help me put the word out. So literally to let other people know, maybe in the Florida or surrounding state region, if you know guys that might want to attend this weekend, would you please introduce me to them? There's a little button on the website that is going to say request promo materials. Man, shoot, send these materials to somebody for me. I mail them for you. I just want to put the word out. So if you know a men's leader, a pastor, someone who leads a group of men, anybody like that who might need a retreat to kind of reset or recommit, this is it. And number 3, all right, number 3, of course I need men to attend. And there is no better time to be in Florida than in February, especially if you live in the state of Minnesota like me. So with that being said, I want you to come. I want you to be there. I think it's a good time for you to develop a deeper commitment in your relationship with Jesus Christ, to grow as a man, father, husband, and leader. And by the way, I think you should come, and I think you should bring other guys with you. You should bring a son, an uncle, a nephew, a father, a grandson. It doesn't really matter. Just bring someone with you. I'm going to challenge you in a way spiritually you haven't been challenged in a long time, and I promise you will leave differently. So go to the website today, check out those 3 options, and click on one of them for me, please. I do need your help. I'm a little scared about jumping into a big new state when we haven't done anything there before. So with that, let's dive into our devotional today. 1 Timothy chapter 4, verses 1 through 2. Paul says this to Timothy. He says, now the Spirit, the Holy Spirit, expressly says that in later times, and they believe they lived in the last days, some will depart the faith by devoting themselves to 2 things: deceitful spirits and teaching of demons. Woo! Through the insincerity of liars or hypocritical people whose consciences are seared. In other words, they're calloused in their heart. So, let me say this. Over the last couple of years, there have been many who have left the faith. And we know this to be true because our churches aren't as full as they used to be. So people have left the faith. They have departed by doing exactly what Paul talks about here. They have followed the teachings and the beliefs of other people. But to really understand the very precise application of this text, we have to understand the issue that Paul is trying to combat here. And he's really been laying the groundwork for this argument since the start of this letter. He wants Timothy to know that Timothy is going to have to take a hard stand against some spiritual forces. And he's going to need some men and leaders to do this with him in the church. That's why we went through the selection of elders and deacons. But with the hymn that we just did in the last devotional over those last few verses, Paul established this doctrinal basis founded on the person of Jesus Christ, his life, his death, and his resurrection from beginning to end. And what he's going to do here is he's contrasting Jesus with the opposition that Timothy is going to face. And he calls these people here hypocritical liars. Double negative is really what it is. It's the same thing. Hypocritical liars. And then he describes what they're doing. And he uses some pretty descriptive terms here. He tells Timothy that they are former believers, which they are, who have devoted, like given themselves to spirits and demons that are deceitful, and that they've become so entrenched in their ways, they refuse to change. So I want you to know that this is exactly what I've been thinking a lot about over the last couple of years, because I think this is the battle that we're facing today. This is the opposition of our time. Because over the last couple of years, the volume and the intensity of lies and deceit has rapidly increased, has it not? I mean, there is so much deceitfulness and lying within the government and politics and the workplace and even the church. I feel like my head is spinning. And there's so much of it that it's hard to know at times what to do or say. You ever felt like that? I do. And because of this, I think it's easy for us as Christian men to get overwhelmed, so much so that we become timid and we disengage, which is precisely what Paul does not want Timothy to do here. He needs Timothy to stay in the game, and he needs him to be faithful and prepare a group of faithful men to lead the church in Ephesus. And guys, that's why I am right here with you doing what I'm trying to do today. I'm trying to do my part to build God's men, right? Because the worst thing we could do right now is to do nothing. So my question to you is this: what do you need to do? Now, for some of you, this might mean that you need to dig into God's truth a little bit more consistently to steer clear of all the lies and deceit that we hear in the world. Got that. Understand that. But for others of you, this might mean that you need to find a group of men who are eager to study and to search the truth together to avoid lies and deceit. Now, for still others, this might be the opportune time for you to lead a group of men toward truth. But I want you to know this: if you feel any or all of these inclinations as a call to action, you need to do something about it. Because guess what the worst thing would be to do in times like this? It would be to do nothing, of course. So don't do nothing. That's exactly how we get into this mess in the first place, by great men doing nothing. I love you guys. I pray this blesses you. Check out the retreat at the link below. Please, please, please pass on the word for me. And with that, I'll see you right back here again tomorrow.